Hello and welcome back. We're going to do pesto today. The other day when I sent out a little clip about using the cookie dough, I got some good feedback, and I wanted to show you that if you put 4 filters in for pesto, you could come up with a ridiculous number and basically be thinking, I'm not actually going to make pesto anymore. But I thought once you decided which one you want to do, what I did was I came down and I think I've hit on, I haven't made it before, but I've hit on this one, pesto with rocket and chili. And this is obviously on the iPad. I've added it over here onto the machine. Well, I don't have to, as soon as I add it onto my collection, then it will immediately show on the TM6 screen. So it sounded good. I like the idea of having rockets, since actually at the moment it's really quite hard to get basil in the shops. This one uses hazelnuts, and interestingly, look again, it says with skin. Actually, I have pine nuts thanks to a lovely mixer on the island. She brought them back from Spain, and I thought the chili and the garlic would add the kind of punch that I like to things. So basically, if we look over here, it's here. I've got my ingredients mise en place, so the whole thing should take no longer than it says. Here's hoping. So if we start cooking, place a jug on the mixing bowl. So basically, you put a jug in there. That's to measure the, I'm presuming it's to measure the olive oil. Next, weigh into the jug and weigh 100 of olive oil into it. And so with the accuracy of the Thermomix scales, all you need to do is not have too heavy a hand. I mean, nothing's going to go wrong. You can take the odd spoonful out if you are talking like me while you're measuring, but that's pretty much going to be it, 100 grams. And then presumably remove that jug and set it aside. You can place 2 garlic cloves, since I always like to overdo garlic, and garlic is of course of varying sizes, so put 3 in there. Next, insert the measuring cup. I'm doing it exactly as the recipe for you here, but I love to throw my garlic cloves and ginger and chilies into running blades, but let's do it as they say here. Running blades at about 8 is perfect. And then next, okay. And then basically it's scraping down the side. It's the same old. How good is that? And then 120 of rocket. And you've noticed I haven't scraped down the sides because I'm really rather naughty. I actually quite like all the garlic to be on the side because it's giving everything that flavour. So 120 of rocket leaves. I could get rocket yesterday, even though I couldn't get basil. That's 50. 100 is, you'll always find it quite hard to get 100 and anything like that into the bowl, but fear not. I had an idea. Haven't disappeared. I had an idea that I had some coriander which was wilting, and it might be quite nice in there. So what I thought I would do with the extra 20 or so, you know that in coriander all the punch is in the stalks. So if it says leaves only, it's trying to downplay that. But I'm not going to try and downplay it. I'm going to add that, and there we are. Next, 80 Parmesan cheese cut into pieces, and if you see that your scales are slightly going to -1 all the time, no problem. I mean, you know, that one might go to nothing, 0 after resetting it. It might not. If you've got bigger problems than that, make sure the feet, oh, I can't do it at the moment, but if you tip your machine up, your feet are where the scales are active. So make sure they're nice and clean. Even if you have them on a slider, you know, things get caught in there. So there we are. 30 hazelnuts. I'm not going to use hazelnuts. I'm going to use pine nuts, and just go a little bit above what they say. A fresh chili, halved lengthwise and de-seeded. Obviously, if you love your chili, you'll leave the seeds in, but let's just go for taking the seeds out. And then a teaspoonful of fine sea salt. And you know that if you've been to my home, I'm a great user of spoon measures, and so a teaspoonful of sea salt. If you want to be cutting down the salt, absolutely go with it, your own personal taste. The other thing is there's parmesan in there, so it's going to taste nicely salted anyway. So then it's a case of putting the lid on and covering your ears. And you can hear, of course, that it's all done already. Next, scrape down the sides of the bowl. In this case, I will do what's asked. I will scrape down the sides of the bowl because the stuff at the top definitely needs doing again. Okay. Insert the measuring cup into the measuring bowl, and then another 5 seconds. And then with measuring cup still in place, turn the speed selector to 4, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding the oil as this is going round. Okay. Pre-measured the oil. I think it probably said while the measuring cup's still in place, so that it would emulsify, like you would do if you were making your own mayonnaise. So it drips rather than, hence the reason for asking you to pour it into a jug. So pour it into the lid, make sure you've got it all out, and wait for it to drip down. And in general, their timings are fairly true. You'll have there will be plenty of time for that to have happened